Really nervous to film this. I've been wanting to film this for a while, but it's just been something I've been really embarrassed about. People, my family, some people know, and then some people don't know. Um, I guess this is chronic, but I don't suffer of it as much as I used to. I suffer from vaginismus as well as pelvic floor dysfunction disorder. What this means is I used to have chronic pain where my muscles would literally contract all the time. So I was in constant pain and it was just awful. I literally took Advil constantly and nothing worked. And for about, I want to say it was like 10 months, I went to tons and tons of doctors who couldn't tell me really anything. And then I was recommended to see Dr. Andrew Goldstein, who, like, it sounds dramatic. He didn't save my life because you can't die from it, but he, like, changed my life. And I think without him, I would still be in pain all the time, constant, and I wouldn't be able to have sex. Why is it so uncomfortable to talk about? Because this is why people hide and like don't talk about this, because it's like, I don't know why I feel embarrassed, because it shouldn't be embarrassing. Everybody does it. But I would have painful sex, and it was awful. I think mine is called. It's like there's like two types, and mine was like type one, which is when it's like after you have sex for the first time, you start experiencing pain, and then type two is like around menopausal age, I believe. I believe. Don't quote me. I haven't like researched this in a long time. I wrote a couple papers on this in college. Um, so I finally saw Dr. Goldstein, and he literally diagnosed me within like a couple minutes. He's like, "Yep, this is what you have." I was like, "Why couldn't any other doctor tell me this?" A lot of doctors thought I was lying. They thought I was nuts. They thought I was like, just like wanting to get pills. I had experience about that, which I might do another video on. Which I don't do well on painkillers. I just like basically throw them up anyway. But anywho, I had to have 2 rounds of Botox down there, which was okay. I have a baby, and they literally put Botox in your pelvic floor muscles. It was beyond awful. The first time I went with a friend, and then or first time I think I went with my mom actually, and then the second time I went with a friend, and I squeezed the living hell out of his hand. Just a platonic friend. Anyway, not that that matters, but yeah, just for support. It was, oh my god, beyond awful. But so far, after having that, I have had pretty normal sex, and I had to do like also physical therapy down there too, which is interesting in itself, but it helped a lot. Had to do had to use dilators, suppositories, you name it. Um, for about I want to say 2.5 years, it was pretty rough. Um, I've also been through some trauma, which didn't help either. It made it even kind of worse. Sex is very, I don't know. I just I hate the word normal, but like for me, it's just different when I like view sex. It's not the same for me as I think it is for other people. Like when it comes to drive and like thinking it's so much fun and stuff. Like I love Drew and he's amazing. You know what I mean? But it's just not the same for me because my first experience was so awful and traumatic, and it just like messed up everything, that I don't view sex, like I said, like I think a lot of other people do. So yeah, I'm gonna do some more videos on this. I was inspired by one of my friends on YouTube that I met on Instagram. I will put her channel below. She talks about she has vulvodynia, which I didn't have. I don't have. I never had. Hers is more like external as well as internal, which is awful. Mine was all internal. So yeah, but I just want to like show support for the people that are experiencing this and get the word out, because this is so common and no one talks about this because it's like considered embarrassing. And like everybody has sex, like everybody pees and everybody poops and everybody does a bunch of different things. Sex is so like people don't like talking about it. It's so controversial, even though I don't know why it's controversial. Like this is for pleasure as well as like making a baby. So, which I was also really terrified about having a vaginal birth, which I did because I've heard it can actually make the like I was afraid that my issues were going to come back, and so far they haven't. Knock on wood. Um, it's just I don't know. Wanted to do this for a long time, and I'm still like nervous about posting this, even though I'm like, who cares? Like what people think about me and think about my situation. I didn't do this to myself. This is just like something that happened. Like if anybody who's in like an accident and like they have repercussions from it. So or like side effects from it. I believe the last time I had Botox was I want to say 7 years ago, and I pretty much been good ever since. Like it seems to be triggered by stress, or if I'm not relaxing, I have to be, which is like I'm not a relaxed person for the most part, but I have to like relax my body. It takes just a lot for everything. It's not normal in that aspect. There's that word again, but yeah. Please let me know if you have any questions. I really, like I said, just want to get awareness of pelvic floor dysfunction, about sexual disorders, and just kind of like voice that I had something like I've been through stuff like this. I filmed a video about my trauma, but I'm like I don't know, for some reason terrified to post it, even though again like I don't go into like detail just like this. I'm not going into detail. I'm not trying to like I don't know say a lot, even though this is a lot for me. So please let me know if you have any videos you want me to post on this matter, any like story times or anything. This is just kind of like a broad overview. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.